Absolute chaos today, as you can see right here on the Bitcoin daily chart, exemplifying it perfectly. This throwback, an interesting move that we're going to break down on this Bitcoin chart, what it means for potential new lows. And before we do, everybody, I just want to say something. I want to say something to you all. If you're a crypto holder and you're going through these red days right now in this extremely frigid bear market, hang in there. I encourage you. There's, first off, so much more to life. So don't get so wrapped up into crypto and into crypto falling. But not only that, I can't say this enough. I am so bullish right now on crypto. And this is just me. This is how I view things. If we go over here and we look at the fear and greed index, right now sitting at 29, we go last month sitting at 22. We're in a bear market. This is historically, from everything I've seen in my life, even outside of crypto charts, when there's so much fear and when things are undervalued, this is where opportunity is. I don't mean to come off just so optimistic on such a red day, but it just is what it is. This is data. This isn't even really opinion. This is data. When you go to a Bitcoin chart and you zoom out, it is in these bear market lows historically where the opportunity has been. Mind you, this lasts for months and the bear markets do get very cold, but here we are. We're in one. There's absolutely room for downside, many of you know, and actually that's where we're going to start. We're going to talk about Bitcoin on the weekly, we're going to zoom in on the daily, and we're going to talk about what is in store for Bitcoin on the zoomed in. Then we're going to pivot over to ADA and look at ADA hanging in there right there on that daily chart. So let's start here. A quick clip, a very important one from 2018. I took Fibonacci retracements. I kind of took it from where it is now. I put it up to that potential speculative swing high of around 90,000. And you can see right here, we have the 786 retracement. So, that's right around $21,000. Big retracement I am talking about in that video in 2018, a move to $90,000 from basically bear market territory all the way up to $90,000 back down to a 786. I just want to say this. The 786 line on this macro chart that I've been talking about for years is my favorite macro indicator, and it means a lot to me. Many people out there might be kind of sick and tired of me talking about it, but it means a lot to me because it has proved so valuable in my crypto journey, and I just really, really enjoy continuing to watch how this plays out. So speculatively in 2018, we were drawing the Fibonacci from the low all the way to a speculative $90,000 Bitcoin. This is how it played out. Obviously, Bitcoin didn't hit 90,000 to come back down to a 786 at around 20,000 or so, just above 20,000. But what did happen is Bitcoin hit right here around 70,000, and our 786 became kind of placed at the $17,000 area, that yellow line right there that you see. And this on the macro is the move. So didn't get it perfectly, but Bitcoin made the move down to the 786. And right now, today, Bitcoin, for the second time, testing that 786, an even more true test today. As you can see, the weekly wick right there hitting the 786 line. So many of you know, if you've been watching my crypto channel, I've been talking about just anticipating just the bear market to continue a little longer and anticipating a fall below the 786 line. Without repeating myself too much, the reason that is because that's just what happened in previous bear markets, falling below the 786 line in some type of range, some type of bottoming out range. So here we are. If we zoom in now and we start getting some clues whether or not it's possible, actually even in the shorter term. So here's Bitcoin. This is the move on the daily out of this just extremely important triangle that so many people have been just tracking. You can see the breakout to the upside out of the upper trend line, and we got the throwback, everybody. So we've been talking about this throwback. We got the throwback right back to the trend lines itself. It hadn't quite happened yet this morning when I did my Bitcoin video. This is a really important reason why I wanted to do this second video for the day. But you can see the throwback to the trend lines in play right now. This means the busted triangle in play. Busted triangle is kind of a fake breakout to the upside, busted because it turns into a bearish move. So we're going to have to just sit here and evaluate this entire support area. The support area is right now this lower trend line around 18,500, right where Bitcoin is as I record the video, down to the 786 line. around $17,000. So the $17,000 range to the lower trend line, just to give you an idea, it's like a 7 to 8% range, a 7 to 8% cushion for Bitcoin right now. Many people want to see a double bottom for Bitcoin. Bitcoin would need to see continued support along that 7 to 8% range. So Bitcoin can trickle down, hit the 786 again, bounce out of that. We're going to have to continue to monitor this on the short term. What's interesting to me, if we go back to the weekly chart, is the case is there, Bitcoin to fall below the 786 line, as I've been anticipating. But if we look at the momentum oscillators, in particular the RSI here, what I want to note is this. Back here in the bear market of 2018, you can see when Bitcoin did bottom, and I keep doing this, when Bitcoin did bottom back here, there were just higher lows, higher highs out of the RSI, out of the oversold area, and then Bitcoin came out of the bear market. What you notice here is from this previous swing low here in June, there's been higher highs and higher lows, but Bitcoin kind of breaking that trend most recently this week. Now, a similar thing happened back here, and this was in 2015. Higher highs and higher lows coming out of oversold, but Bitcoin very briefly broke that trend, and you can kind of see that trend line being broken. The reason why that's important to me, this could play into the double bottom type of story for crypto, because this is what happened back here. It was kind of a double bottom, not as low, and this second touch, this second low, not as low as the first one, but kind of this double bottom that Bitcoin saw. So that could be in play absolutely for Bitcoin. But the major concern, if we put aside all that historical data, if you look at the RSI, what's happening? Put aside these other data points and these previous bear market lows, what's happening right now on this one? That trend line's being broken. That could be indicative of Bitcoin getting ready to see further downside. So it's a really big move right now. What's happening for Bitcoin, testing not only the 786, but also on this daily chart, testing this trend line area. We really need to see support, especially if you're a hopium enthusiast and you want to see crypto just start turning this around and getting a nice bullish bounce. The support needs to start right now. Potentially, we can talk about midterm elections today. Results, I mean, as I'm starting to record this video, probably getting ready to start coming out. There's a case, and a lot of people are saying that markets might react positively to kind of a red wave, meaning there's majority being gained for Republicans. Markets might react well to that. And it's something we have to keep an eye on, because if it happens, and I'm talking about equity markets, traditional markets, then crypto likely to get that bounce, especially after just such a red day like today. If you go look at the S&P 500, wasn't that bad of a day, right? And this is an hourly chart, but not that bad of a chart. So crypto definitely had its tough day off the back of this news. FTX agrees to sell itself to rival Binance amid liquidity scare at crypto exchange. I said in an earlier video, this is micro news. This is zoomed in news. We're going to see the volatility, but on the macro, it's gonna sting in the short term. But on the macro, things are going to be okay, I think, for crypto. This stuff just happens. The two crypto exchange giants signed a non-binding letter of intent. Binance CEO CZ confirmed on Twitter. So that's what's happening right there. I'll put a link in the description if you want to read about it. But Bitcoin testing huge support right now. ADA, let's just go look at ADA right now. ADA on the daily, check it out. So in the title, I put something like ADA is just hanging in there. It's staying above water, because it is. I mean, if you go and you look at that Bitcoin chart, look, it actually put in a new low. Comparative to the low that we had in June. You go to a Cardano chart, check out ADA. It hadn't broken this previous low that we just had in October. Mind you, it did go lower than what we did see in that May area low, but it's the very fact that we haven't broken below any short-term previous lows. In fact, you can actually see, and this chart is still intact from a previous Cardano video, we were tracking support for ADA on the shorter term. Check it out, swing low, and this was October 21st to swing high. That resistance right there at the or the lower trend line of that triangle, you can see ADA holding support at the Fibonacci that we discussed for a move down for ADA. So we got the move down, obviously, since I've recorded that last video, into the Fibonacci, the 618, right around 37 cents, the 786 around 35 cents or so. And look at that wick right there. You see that daily candle wick into the support area. And then right now, as I'm recording the area or the video, you can see right at that Fibonacci area, Cardano trying to escape the Fibonacci. It's a very new daily chart right now that we're looking at, but we're going to keep an eye on that. We're going to monitor that. Not only that, we're going to monitor if crypto does make a move to the upside, can ADA get back above the 20-day moving average? Because you see the 20-day moving average rounding out and getting this momentum back to the upside towards the 50-day moving average. We'd be looking for the 20-day moving average across above the 50-day. That's the bullish move we'd be waiting for. We're still a while, not that long if it's going to happen, but we're still a ways from that happening. And it's just that bullish move that we want to see for Cardano to start kind of clawing its way out of the bear market. So we're going to continue tracking that. And even after that happens, we need to see what? Continued support above the moving averages. We already kind of got a fake out back here. This was in July, end of July, the 20-day moving average crossing above the 50-day. What happened though? That support at the 20 and 50 did not hold true, and ADA fell further into consolidation into this triangle. So long story short, zoomed out, we just kind of looked at a zoomed in move for Cardano. If you look at ADA on this chart, what's happening? It's very simple. Right now on this chart, ADA has seen resistance in the pullback to the lower trend line. That's a bearish confirmation. So on the short term, yes, ADA has seen a swing low to swing high back down to support, and we're going to track that and monitor it. But in kind of the midterm and in the macro landscape of what's happening right now in crypto and in the world, be very careful with Cardano, obviously, because we did get this double resistance at the lower trend line. You go over here at a 6-hour chart, this is what ADA looks like right now. And if you're into the short-term charts, this is what I'd be tracking. Again, it's the same Fibonacci, swing low to swing high. Will that support hold? How do these 6-hour candles on this chart close and open? Will ADA trickle back into this range, again, going down to around 35 cents, not that big of a range, and will support hold there? If it doesn't, clearly, ADA getting ready to put in new lows on the ADA chart. And mind you, I should mention the target out of this triangle, just below 30 cents. So the move, if this fails right here, just very much in play if crypto is getting ready to fall further. So be prepared for it, everybody. That's all I can say. We're in a bear market. Maintain that positivity. It's good to be positive. It's good to be optimistic. It's good to have a clear mental head. The way we do that, the way that I do that as I'm watching these charts, I just prepare for every scenario. I anticipate every scenario. Doing these videos helps me do that. And when we have this mental clarity, it's easy to go about these markets with just some positivity and really recognize and see the opportunity. And that's what I'm doing here. And I'm just tracking that journey with you. So I appreciate you being here with me. Hit that subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Hit that like, and I'll see you in the next video. God bless.